Good afternoon, boys and girls. Welcome back to another math lesson. In this lesson, we will be dealing with surface area of prisms. On Friday of last week, I introduced the key vocab term, what a prism is. A prism is a three-dimensional figure that has two parallel identical bases. The surface area definition, the areas of each face added together. So what we have to do for each of these prisms here, both that are shown, rectangular prism, triangular prism, what we must do is find the area of each face, like breaking it apart face by face, finding the area, and put them all back together by adding each area, and we get the total net surface area of the figure. All right, let's go ahead and also let's identify all of the faces, and ones that are identical, we're going to group them together. So we have a front and we have a back face that are the same. So let's write FB for front and back. They are identical faces. We have a top and we have a bottom that are identical. So TB. And we have a side and side face that are also the same. Now the reason we're doing this, we don't need to find the actual area of each face if we have identical faces. Let's just multiply the identical faces by 2. Hence, that's why we wrote front and back, which will be the same, top, bottom, which will be the same, and side, which also have the same area. We just need to multiply them by 2 to get the total net surface of both combined faces. All right, front and back. So you have to keep in mind again the actual formulas for each of the faces that you're going to entail. So the first face we have, let's use the front and back. We have a rectangle, 7 by 3. The formula is base times height. So 7 times 3 is 21, and 21 times 2 is 42. That's our front and our back combined. Now we have a top and a bottom. Top, bottom. The top, the base is 7. The height is 4. So we have a 7 by 4, which is 28. 28 times 2, which gives us a total of 56. And now the last two faces that are on this figure that we didn't find the areas yet for are both sides. Here's the first side, and again the second side. We have a 4 by 3, same exact equivalent, 4 by 3, which is 12. 12 times 2, which is 24. Now we have to find the net, which means to add all faces to get a net surface area for this rectangular prism. 6 plus 4 gives us 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. 2 carry the 1. We have a total here of 10 plus 2 is 12. So we have 122 units squared. Because no units were identified or specified within this problem, so we're going to use units squared. All right, the next figure we have over here now, guess that figure? I hope you said that's a triangular prism. Again, both identical bases identify the actual naming of this figure. Triangular prism, those are the two parallel identical bases. All right, let's go ahead and do the exact same thing. Let's account for all of the faces and also account for the faces that are the same by writing their actual letter selection next to each other. So let's do the ones that we do see identical with. We have an identical front, identical back. So we can go ahead and write FB for front and back, which are the same, which means we need to multiply by 2. We have both of those faces have the same measurement, so we multiply by 2. Next we have a side and another side that will be the same, so SS. And last, we have one more face, which is our bottom. So we don't write TB because we don't have a top that is congruent with the bottom. So there's not a top for this figure. So you should have 5 faces here, 5 faces here, which we do. Now we can go ahead and compute each area of each face and then find the total net to give us our total surface area for this triangular prism. All right, let's just do that. So let's do the triangles first, which is our front and back viewing of this figure. All right, recall the area for finding the triangle. The formula is area equals base times height divided by 2. Also keep in mind when you're identifying the height of a triangle, the 90-degree angle will touch the height, which is 6, and it will touch the base, which is 4. Sometimes they were going to give you this slant, and do not misassociate this with being your height of your triangle. Because again, your height, your 90-degree angle will touch the base and the height. Keep that in mind. All right, let's find the area. So the base is 4, the height is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. Half of 24 is 12. Multiply that by 2 because we have 2 of the same faces. We should get a total of 24. Now let's do side and side. We have a side base of 8 and the height of 5. So we have 40. It's one face. The next face is also 40. That's a total of 80. Next, we need to find the face area of the bottom. We have the bottom here. The dimensions are, it's an 8 by 4, which is a total net of 32. We need to add this up to get the total net of the entire three-dimensional figure, which is a triangular prism, to get our net surface area for this. Let's go ahead and add. 4 plus 0 is 4, plus 2 is 6. We have 8 plus 2 is 10, and then we have 3 here. We have a total of 136 units squared. So for this figure, this triangular prism, we have a total net surface area of 136 units squared. All right. During our next class period, if you have any questions or comments with this, please don't hesitate to ask so you can enlighten everyone within our class during that time session. All right, you guys have a great weekend and enjoy the rest of it. Stay warm. Bye.